Welcome to Retro Upgrade. It's been a while, I've been busy and I've been waiting for a delivery from AliExpress. It's finally here. I was thinking of rebuilding my recording setup. Here are all the things I ordered. From left to right, it's a capture card, microscope camera, a normal overhead camera and a light ring. The capture card is input output, so you can daisy chain a screen, and it's USB 3, so it's 60 frames per second recording for 180p. The microscope has HDMI and VGA that work simultaneously. It's because I have an old screen I'm using for displaying the screen. This is just a cheap USB overhead camera I'm going to use. Same one as Richard has from Learn Electronics Repair. And this is a ring light. It's for the microscope. And I also bought a mount for my phone for the LED ring, so I don't have to use the flexi head. This is a little time lapse of me picking up everything from the shelf. Both the shelf and the actual table I'm working on are hand built, so they're built to fit this space. I had a lot of stuff here. It took a while. I'm leaving the power strip on because it's hot glued and has a metal bracket support. I'm just cleaning it off. It's kind of dirty. It's really dusty here. If you like this kind of content, just subscribe and like. Now let's see, I'm looking for a piece of wood that can fit underneath so I can fix the extreme bend it has. It's just because of the weight. Just marking off. Here are some clamps, my little rotary saw, and the plank. You don't need much to do this kind of work. The rotary saw cost me a little more than 70 euros, I think. I'm going to cut off the corners first, just to see if it fits. Here is after I cut. As you can see the big gaps on the sides. I'm going to use the saw again just to cut it in half, to have two pieces, just in case if I need to brace the backside as well. Didn't end up using it, but the sled make quick work of this. It keeps a fixed distance from the center, so it cut it right through the center. Looks really nice. I like to repurpose wood when I can. Okay, so here the piece is screwed and glued, and it straightened out the extreme bend. Now I was thinking of painting it completely white, so I'm taping off the power brick. I'm also filing down some corners. The reason it's inset on one side is because when I made the shelf I didn't measure correctly, I just cut it. I made this in an hour or so. When I made the table, because I needed space fast because the kid was on the way and I needed to move everything out from her new room. I'm using a paintbrush here to paint on. The paint was a little thin, so it's a little stripy on some places. This ended taking well over 2 hours to just get to a medium point. And I actually ran out of paint because of MDF usually absorbs quite a lot of paint. It's fine, just leave it overnight to dry. You can see the splotchy parts where it's too thin, but it's looking nice. I bought some rollers, a new roller, and some more paint. It's just normal house wall paint, and the extra roller for the little one. The roller made a lot better work. The little one didn't help me in the end, She just ran around with a beetle. She loves those things. She plays with them a while, then she lets them go. And I'm using a paintbrush to finish off the inside. I also painted the back side of this, not because someone's going to see it, but we have some issues with water getting in from the walls and stuff, so it doesn't get moldy or anything without me knowing it, because I'm not moving it after I'm putting on all the stuff again. I'm going to go back to doing electronic stuff shortly. I needed the recording upgrade because my phone I was using is prone to overheating when it's 46 degrees C outside, just like it is now. It's extreme. Usually stuff doesn't handle that heat very well. The computer also struggles when I just push it too much. But this will do the job. The reason for the white paint is so it reflects the light better. I'm going to change out the LED light as well I'm using. It's just a LED floodlight I bought from the Chinese store here. I'm going to be building my own panels. The panel lights I've seen on sale here in Canarias are extremely expensive and really bad quality. So it's back in its spot and it looks great. Now comes the tedious part, putting everything back. I did sort out a few things and remove stuff I don't use anymore, so that's good. I pushed it in a little more, it was not fully in. I like the time-lapse function on my phone. It makes for a really nice time-lapse actually. I put up a 16:9 screen here, but it doesn't actually work with the microscope, so I ended up changing it to my old 4x6 screen instead. You see the flicker? That's because of the floodlight. It's not really suited for recording. It gives good light, but not really suited at all. I started planning out where to put the cameras and stuff, and I noticed the camera, the small one for the overhead, needs to be at an angle out from the bench, and it's quite hard to find a mounting place. I'm going to maybe buy a boom arm like the one I have for my microphone with 2 links. That should be enough. This camera will rarely be moved, it just will be used to screw the focus ring, so it focuses or zooms in a little more, a little less. Here I'm giving an example of what I was thinking, but it actually needs to go higher up. After some testing, I noticed it was too close there, so it has to go one shelf up to be usable. Okay, so this is my setup for the microscope for the moment. It's an old IKEA lamp I use. You can stiffen it up by screwing the post a little harder, so that's good. And it actually holds it up quite well considering the weight with all the cables and stuff. The thing that brought me to this microscope camera is the dual output that works simultaneously. I'm going to show exactly where I'm going to mount it with a boom arm. So it needs to be at this height and pointing straight down, so you get this view. So I can just zoom in on what I need, and the boom arm will make it so I can move it when I need to. I also changed out the screen here because the other one didn't work with the microscope. I think it's the resolution, it's too high or something. Here you can see my microscope working. There's a nice clear picture from a decent height off the board. and it's actually not fully zoomed in here. It works great. I tried the dual output as well. Had some issues. I had to connect the VGA, start the microscope first, then connect the HDMI to get the picture right. Otherwise the VGA for some reason went pink. So I don't know. Here's the problem with this lamp. It's not heavy enough to actually keep it in place. If you actually think about your angle, you are fine. I'm going to put on something heavy on it later on, maybe a sandbag or something. Then I can just move the arm how I want. Sorry for the bad angle, but the tripod didn't let me put it any closer. You see the pink tint there? Don't worry about it. It's fixed now because of the fault it had. I didn't figure out why until the end. But it shows both things at the same time. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. I will be back shortly with a new one. Have a good one. Bye.